Road cycling has been undergoing a change in recent years in that it's no longer confined to just roads.
Take, for example, that mountain over there, Jebel Shams. It's the highest peak in Oman, the third highest on the Arabian Peninsula. By all accounts, it is a fantastic ride to the top, but we know that it's not completely paved. There is tarmac, but there is also gravel.
Now, for this kind of mixed surface riding, you can get yourself a dedicated bike, a gravel bike. Now, despite the stupid name, they are actually great. We love them. They're fantastic fun, and they open up loads of new riding opportunities.
Do you really need one though? I mean, for this kind of surface with tarmac and gravel, would you not be better off on a bike that excels on tarmac, the majority, and then just kind of gets by on the dirt?
I don't actually know, son.
No?
But this seems like the perfect opportunity to test it out. I mean, an epic venue for an epic race. Road versus gravel. According to the route planning app Komoot, the climb is 21 kilometres long and roughly 20% of that is gravel. Now, I'll probably lose. So I've sneakily added on an additional gravel loop around the summit, which takes the ride up to 60 kilometres and is now 50-50 gravel and road, a true mixed surface ride.
What then are the weapons of choice? Well, I am being resolutely traditional in the sense that I've got narrow 25mm wide tyres and rim brakes. Those two factors combined with the super light Orbea Orca frame set means that this bike does not weigh very much, close to 6.8 kilos. Perhaps not surprising that it's close to the legal racing weight limit, because this bike would absolutely be at home in the pro peloton, were it not for the fact that it's being ridden by me. Now, if I was to use the disc brake version, I would be able to get wider tyres in there, starting to blur that boundary a little between road and gravel. Although I don't think I'm going to miss the disc brakes having that extra braking performance in these arid conditions, I perhaps will regret that tyre choice. My main concern being impact punctures, so I'm having to run a little bit higher pressure than I otherwise would like. My second concern, if I'm honest, is for my paintwork, rattling down those rocky descents.
I've opted for this absolute beast, the Canyon Grail. Now, it may be heavier than size featherweight Orbea, but it's designed to take an awful lot of punishment. And much like myself, it's kind of, well, strong, rugged, and versatile. This is a bike that's capable on and off-road, has much bigger tyres than size, and also much more clearance. It's kind of the cycling equivalent of an SUV to size sporty little coupe. Although in the right hands, this could be far more capable off-road than an SUV, although it probably would struggle to tow a caravan or fit 3 kids in the back. You'll notice that our ride to the summit of Jebel Shams includes over 2,000 metres of climbing, but we're going to begin with a gravel descent. Step aside, Si, I've picked the right tool for the job.
I'm not actually going to argue with that at all. I don't fancy a double puncture straight out the blocks. This is kind of quite close to the limit. I'm just telling myself that Paris-Roubaix is bumpier. You all right, mate?
Got a flat.
I've got some spare tubes if you want. In fact,
It's supposed to happen.
I brought 14 of them. It's weird, I thought you'd be better at it than that. imagine that Ollie has a grin like a Cheshire cat right now, whereas I am having to breathe a sigh of relief. I didn't hemorrhage as much time as I could have done thanks to his slightly ironic puncture and the fact that I was pushing pretty hard. But nevertheless, we're on tarmac now, so the ball is in my court. I would hope that I'm moving considerably faster, primarily down to my skinny, slick tyres, which roll considerably faster. It's not exclusively down to rolling resistance though. Aerodynamics plays a big factor. Wider tyres are less aerodynamic, a good handful of watts at cruising speed, and while that might not feel like it's of importance, it all adds up to the sensations you get on the bike. The road bike just feels faster because it is, basically. I mean, Ollie was right when he said this is a sporty little coupe. Press on the accelerator and away you go. Even the geometry is designed to make this bike feel fast. It all adds up to being super responsive and super engaging.
I don't really care about that because I know although geometry can make a bike feel fast, it doesn't actually make it any faster. And Si knows this too because we even did a video on it 2 months ago. And although the wider tyres aren't that great and the stable handling isn't helping me going uphill on smooth tarmac, well, it certainly felt blooming amazing going downhill on that gravel like a rocket ship.
Bridgie! Still having fun, mate?
While I'd admit I'm not quite making the headway I'd like to on this smooth section, that, well, I'm saying it's entirely down to the bike, not the rider. But unfortunately, there is still more gravel to come, which will play into my hands. Coming for you, Richardson.
Bang. This is what lightweight road bikes are all about. Perfect roads, dancing up smooth tarmac, just ticking off those meters of climbing and just being rewarded with every pedal stroke. All the while bathed in absolute agony of lactic acid, but that happens whatever bike you're on, right?
Si has clearly set out to make the most of his Orbea road bike in its natural habitat, the road. The tarmac section is a good 30 kilometres, and particularly on these final steep gradients, he stretched out quite a gap, also helped in part by my slightly ironic puncture. Maybe I was just getting too rad, even for a gravel bike. Either way, gravel fans, there's no need to panic just yet.
What's it like to ride a gravel bike on a climb and road like this? Well, I own an Orca, much like Si's, and I can tell you that this, being heavier and having the wider, slower rolling tyres, is noticeably more difficult. I'm really having to put out more effort, but my bike does have gears that are better equipped for these steep gradients than Si's. I've got a 34-34, which means although slower, I've no problem getting up. And this climb, Jebel Shams, it's an absolute brute. There's loads of double-digit ramps, and it's at altitude too. It's hard. But another key point is that although I do have slower rolling tyres, I have the option to run narrow, skinny slicks. But Si wouldn't have the versatility or the option of putting my tyres on his bike. They wouldn't fit. This is hard.
Back to gravel. Ready, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Feels a little bit like walking barefoot across really rough ground. I just kind of want to tiptoe, but, well, I can't. To be fair, I mean, at this speed uphill, the chances of doing any damage to my wheels or my frame are pretty limited. Certainly no more so than hitting something big on a road. But I've just got to hope that nothing sharp finds its way through my tyres.
Oh, there's the gravel. Yes. Gravel to the top now. There it is. The odds swing back in my favour. Because I've got wider tyres. I can run them lower pressure. I'm running about 40 psi, which means I've got more traction on the loose surface and better rolling resistance. I'm coming for you, Richardson.
This extra loop sees less wheeled traffic than the main climb, and so it's increasingly less forgiving on the road bike. In fact, it's pretty rough, but just perfect for the gravel bike. My cunning plan has worked. Time for me to get my head down.
First in the rat, eh,
Getting a little bit over this now, I think. The gravel is really exhilarating in small sections. Like, there's this illicit thrill because you get a feeling that you actually shouldn't be doing it on a road bike. But after this many kilometers, I know that I actually shouldn't be doing it on a road bike because it's really uncomfortable, because I'm not actually having as much fun as Ollie.
Back on the tarmac, but I've got a gap. I reckon I can push on and then get this. Feeling all right.
Ah, here we go. Back onto tarmac. Only slight problem now is that I've got quite a bit of ground to make up, and my body is in bits. It is not happy with riding copious amounts of gravel on a road bike. Or maybe it's just the fact that we're at 2,000 goodness knows what meters and we've just done an epic ride. I'm coming for you, really slowly. The road's so twisty, turny, I can't get a glimpse of him, so I've got no idea how far ahead he is. There's the cars. This is the top. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Can't see him. Oh my God. Oh. Ah. Oh man.
I want Si to think I've been here ages. Okay, he thinks I've got change. casual, Bridgewood.
Oh my goodness. You're in casual kit. You must have been here ages. You smashed me.
Yeah.
Fair play, mate. Well done. That was a cracking race. Only thing that would have made it better is actually if I got to ride together as opposed to just two solitary time trials, but never mind. Oh, that was good fun, wasn't it?
Mate.
Yeah.
This is off the charts.
Stay away from the edge, Ollie.
Gravel bike, road bike. Gravel bikes one on gravel, but which would you have if you'd only have one?
If I'm honest, that's a tough one. I would not want to sacrifice any part of that bike that makes it so great on the road, but yet compromises it for gravel. But yet, I mean, you did it like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's more versatile, but that's just an out-and-out thoroughbred, and I love it for that.
I don't think it's an either. I just want both. I'd have both. M+1 and all that.
There we go. I'd hoped to conclude that actually a road bike is perfect on gravel, but it's all right on bits of gravel, but it prefers the road.
Well, we've got to go downhill now. Anyway, on gravel. So good luck with that, mate.
Right, well, if you want to see another video where Ollie and I actually discuss a quite complicated issue, gravel versus cyclocross, then you can click through to that one just down there. Please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up as well. Nothing else, because it's been an absolutely cracking place for an epic ride.